Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I want to thank y'all for being here today. We're over here about a shooting that happened last Sunday night right here at this location at 1001 Grant Street. You know, one thing about who we are as people is we're a family of one. You know, this young man right here, Mike Coker, is my grandson's father, and I would like for him to say a few words.
How y'all doing? My name is Michael Coker. As I said, gun violence is ridiculous. You know, we've got to stop doing this. We need more help in this community. Want to better help the kids not do stuff. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna take, but we definitely need to stop the gun violence.
Okay. All right. So, you know, we're all out here. It's a last minute thing. I appreciate y'all coming out. I appreciate the press being here. WDHN, of course, what's his name?
Ricky.
What's his name?
The man.
Ricky Stokes. Ricky Stokes is over here today. WTVY. And then, who are you?
WTVY.
No, WTVY. So WDHN.
And
So I
Dr.
want
Nagel.
to thank y'all for being here. You know, if it wasn't for y'all, we couldn't do what we're doing today. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you all. But we want to call the community out as a whole. We're calling each and every person out as an individual, as a corporation, as the police department, as the sheriff department, as the state trooper department, as the judges, and as the regular citizens. We calling everyone out. If you know something, say something. Closed mouths do not get fed. If you close your mouth, if you sew it up, you ain't gonna get fed. That means you're gonna die in a little while. So we're here to prove a point. We want our communities to thrive. We want our children to thrive. We want the communities to grow. We want our children to grow. We want to be self-sufficient. That means that we need some kind of job training program. Those programs that was implemented in the schools years ago is gone. So what we need to do is to put together some programs and projects where people can feel safe and secure in their own community so that we can be more vibrant, so we can be more active, so we can be more inclusive of everything. If you know something, say something. Terry Nelson from the Dothan Police Department told me to tell you all he's sorry that he cannot be here today. He had an emergency in Montgomery. But if you know something, say something. If you know something, say something. If you know something about a shooting, a murder, or anything that happened in the past, the present, and or the future, write this number down. Take it down. 334-790-8986. Again, the number 334-790-8968. If you know something, say something. People, we cannot be scared and live in our own community. It's more of us than it is of them. You understand? So when we say something and we mean what we say, people are not going to keep coming and do the same thing all the time. So we're here with my grandson's father, Mike Coker. He's an ex-professional boxer. I'm an ex-world kickboxing champion. You know, if you know something, say something. So what we did, we set up a GoFundMe account. We're going to give everybody that information. We just set up a Cash App account. I don't have the I think the Cash App account is pound wake pound WAKE us US up. Pound wake us up. That's what the Cash App account is. And the Waker Foundation has put together a program and projects for the last 20 years, starting in Washington, D.C. with gang violence and stuff. We put together a program where the gang members could come out to us, reach out to us. We provide them with job training, education, health and wellness, and then we also provided them with a higher education. That means if they didn't have a GED, they could come out to us and they could get a GED test. So what we want to do is we want to call the corporations out. We want to call out the mom and pops out here that has a little bit of stuff that you can do in order to help us to help you. So right now I'd like to call Lieutenant Mack to the forefront to say just a couple of words.
Folks, first off, police department is here to help anyone at any time. But ultimately it starts in the communities, in the homes. if we can all join together and at least get step one started out of the raising of our children or the tutoring of our young adults, it can make the world a whole better place. The police department is, again, just here to help. It ultimately starts in your surrounding communities and with the folks like we have here. If we can all get them together and come up with a viable solution, it makes life a lot easier. I've told folks before, I look to retire. I hope that someday we won't need police. Hopefully someday they'll be able to retire us where we don't have to do it. But those that are still doing these things are going to give us job security, and we don't want that. So in the meantime, again, folks, we're here for you, but it starts with you guys. Help us, help you.
I appreciate it, Mac. Before you step down, I would like to present you with an award. I've been knowing you for the last 6 years. You know, everybody want to talk a good game, but this man right here, he's about the work of doing the work. Okay, I've been knowing him for 6 years. You met me at one of the council meetings in Dothan, right?
Yes, sir.
And when they first saw me, they thought I was who?
I thought you was a guy.
They thought I was the man. They thought I came to tear Dothan up because I came to do some investigation for the citizens of Dothan. I met this young man doing that. He was a sergeant at the time, wasn't you?
I was.
Okay, now you're a lieutenant.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you for that. With that said, I would like to present you with this award. It ain't much, but it's something. It's more than just what you had in your hand just a minute ago.
I appreciate it, Joe. Folks, let me tell you, nobody does a job with the intent on what they're going to get in return for it. I mean, heck, I appreciate it, but when I woke up this morning, it was another day to do what I was called to do. So, guys, thank you. Hopefully there'll be a day where we won't need to have these because this will become an everyday thing, that everybody's doing their part to make this place a whole better place. So, again, thank you.
All right, no problem. We appreciate all the hard work you do. We appreciate the Dothan Police Department as well as the Ozark Police Department. With the Ozark Police Department being said, I would like to present this award to Chief Charles Ward from Ozark, Alabama. He's originally from Ozark, Alabama. I've been knowing him since we was a baby. We went to church together. We went to school together. We done everything together. Charles is not able to be here today, but I would like to thank him for all of his work and consideration. He retired from the State Trooper Department as the Director of Public Safety. I'd like to thank Charles Ward for this. I want to make sure that we get this publicized. We want to make sure that people know who is really doing the good work out here in the streets, okay? So everybody knows this person here. This person here, oh yeah, one more thing before we go on any further. I know y'all think I'm a joke, don't you? But anyway, one more thing before we go on any further. The announcement that I made a few minutes ago with Nelson, he want to know if you all give out any information to him, all that information is private and confidential. So any information, any leads or convictions to anything, that information is private and confidential. That means you don't have to worry about anything, okay? So now with that said, this trophy right here is for Judge Rose. Do anybody out here not know Judge Rose? Huh? Everybody know Judge Rose, don't they? Okay, so this trophy right here is for Judge Rose. She's not able to be here today as well, so we're gonna present this to her one day this week down at the city courthouse, and I want to thank her and all of the stuff that she has done. I've been knowing her for the same amount of time I've been knowing this young man right here. You know, they're the ones that's out here pounding the street every day, putting their life on the line to make sure that we're taken care of and that we have a safe environment in which to live and to prosper. So that's some of the stuff that we want to talk about. We are looking for people that's serious about taking care of our community, taking our community back, holding on to it, grasping our community so our children can grow up and be productive citizens. One more thing, and then I'm going to let you all go. Can anyone out here, besides this lady right here, tell me, and this goes into the educational realm, can anyone out here tell me who is the first person that we know of in the United States that graduated from college and high school the same day with 2 degrees from college and high school the same day?
Yes.
Who?
You.
Okay, so she already had the inside. So that just goes to show what we can do. We all have our trials and tribulations that we deal with, but we need to deal with these things in a different situation. So education is going to be one of the keys that we're going to need. I'm also the youngest light heavyweight world kickboxing champion. So we need to give these kids something to look forward to, something to reach out and grasp and grab and pull back into their community so that they can show and prove themselves at some point in time. Okay? With that said, is there any questions or any comments about the press conference that we had here today?
Will you give us that cell phone number again for tips?
For tips?
334-790-8986. Terry Nelson. Everything will be held confidential.
Okay, you got that?
Yes, sir.
All right, any other questions?
Got one more, and if
I
Lieutenant...
know you always got something.
If the lieutenant to come next to you, I want y'all to tell the community that doesn't trust the police that they can trust the police and why they can trust the law enforcement.
Let me start with that right there. Let me start with that right there. In 1975, I lived in Ozark, Alabama. There was 8 police officers that tried to jump on my cousins in Ozark. I beat up 8 police officers by myself. I disarmed 8 police officers. At the time, I probably would have been shot, could have been shot, but the chief of police saw something in me that resonated with him. So he didn't shoot me. He called a friend of mine to come and get me. So with that said, I didn't trust the police for a long, long time. But when I found out that there's some good brothers and sisters in the force, some good brothers and sisters in blue and black, that's when I started trusting them.
Look, trust is gained. When everything is said and done, we have to extend that olive branch in order to gain that trust. We can't say trust everybody, but you have to form your opinion to be able to trust someone. With us, we have nothing to gain by coming out here and working every day trying to make this a better place. For every day that we put on our uniforms, we come out here with the idea of taking care of people that we've never met a day in our life. So, I mean, the only thing that we can do is just say we have to extend that olive branch to each other. Until you can prove that you're untrustworthy, we have to say to ourselves, I have no reason not to trust this person. What is this person, what is their intentions? What is their plan on how to make me feel better, how to make my life better? And just go from there. If a person shows you who they are, and if they're a trustworthy person, believe them. If they show you that they're untrustworthy, believe them.
Okay, with that said, if anyone wants to get directly in contact with me, you can go directly to my website. The website is www.waker, W-A-K-E-R, foundation.me. That's wakerfoundation.me. You can send me a message or email there. I will retrieve that message or email, and I will make sure we get back with you. Anyone that's in any area of any city, I don't care who you are. We're a nonprofit 501c3 charity group. We've been in as a nonprofit charity since 2008, and we've been doing this work since 2008. But we actually were doing this work before that. There's an article written on us in Life magazine called In the Eye of the Storm with Hurricane Hugo. In 1975, when Hurricane Hugo went to South Carolina and tore it up, and we went to help rebuild South Carolina. So this is just some of the stuff that we're noted for. But we're not here to toot our own horn. We want everyone out there that's looking at this right now to reach out and contact us, because each one reach one, each one teach one. Again, each one reach one, each one teach one. That means if you know something, say something. Any other questions?
Is there any update on Jacoby's condition?
Yeah, right now he's waiting to have surgery on his arm. There's a bullet lodged in his right arm. That's why we have the GoFundMe account set up, so we can raise the necessary funds in order to get it taken out. He just graduated from school, so there's no money available, no insurance available to take care of that issue right now. So that's why we have the GoFundMe account set up, and I will check to make sure that the Cash App is proper, so everyone will have the Cash App. But we appreciate everyone that's looking and watching and paying attention, and we appreciate everyone's help. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up GoFundMe accounts to raise money for our job training program in automotive and construction. I'm a general contractor in construction, and I also build race cars and stuff like that. This lady right here was talking about cars and stuff last night, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to cars. Okay? All right, any questions? All right, so I would like to thank you all for your time and consideration and for being here today.